Goedendag, good day. How are you lovely people doing? Welcome to another video on my channel. I know it's not really cool at all anymore to film this kind of video, but I really felt like making this for you because I have my chalkboard still since I'm only living just a couple more days at my dad's place. I wanted to draw my life for you, so here you have a chalk version of Draw My Life from birth to now, basically. I hope you enjoy. I was born June 18th, 1994 in Hoorn, the Netherlands. My parents already knew the name Felicia, and as a middle name or second name, they called me Joy. They wanted to pick a second name that had the first initial of my dad's name as well as the first initial of my mom's name, and I didn't want the name to be too long. Therefore, it turned up to be Felicia Joy. I've always grown up with cats in the house, and on the day I was born, my mom actually gave birth at home. My cat Mimi wasn't allowed to go into the bedroom, so we didn't have a great first start, but afterwards my cat loved me and I started my love for cats. I grew up really well, I think. I had a pretty awesome childhood. When I was younger, I was obsessed with wearing someone else's shoes and someone else's sunglasses. I also had my grandparents watch me a lot. Then in 1997, November 29th, my brother was born and I was the proud older sister of Vesti. We used to always play together. Like, the relationship I have with my brother was pretty darn awesome. I loved it. Then we moved to another home, and in this home I got the best gift that was ever given to me. My bed had a freaking slide. When I grew up, we also visited the French Alps yearly to go skiing, and I had lessons. During summertime, we usually went camping with my grandmother. My primary school experiences are really positive as well, actually. I used to draw a lot, and sometimes the teachers were noticing that I was drawing instead of making my work. And then they found out. I had quite a few friends. Something I did walk into that I found hard to deal with was saying no sometimes. But I guess that's something that I learned and got over. Then I went to high school. I actually had to choose between two schools, or at least I wanted to choose between two schools. I was either going to choose more of an artsy kind of route or more of a sports kind of route, and I ended up choosing the artsy kind of route. I'm really glad I did because most of my friends went to that school as well. I got pretty good grades. I was pretty brave as well. Usually around the time that people were able to drink legally in Holland, it was 16 when I grew up. I wanted to just have movie nights, bake cupcakes, take pictures, and I was just really comfortable with the friends I had. I never really felt the urge to go beyond my group of friends, and towards others I probably seemed really shy, but my friends knew me better and knew I was a little nuts sometimes, especially about food. Then I got my diploma and I pretty much wanted to become everything that was possible, or everything that I had an interest in, like journalism, photography. I, for some reason, forgot about teaching. Then I found out that I was able to have a gap year as a foreign exchange student. I lived there with my host family, and I also met my Finnish sister, which was really awesome. I met a lot of new friends. The experiences were actually really lovely, but I think I'm gonna go into more detail when I am preparing another video. In the US, I also had my very first kiss and a boyfriend. During this very first stay in the US, I learned that I was starting to think in English. My English has definitely improved in that first year. I also learned new skills, like for example, running. I ran a half marathon. And then I had to move back to the Netherlands, where I started to go to college. I then remembered that I love to teach kids, that I like to work with kids. So I dove back into the books and I learned to become a teacher. However, I loved to be an intern especially, but the classes were a little bit too slow for my pace, and I wanted to look back in the future and think, holy crap, I've done that. So I researched my way back to the US and I ended up at PhiliciaJoyKloes, which was the college also located in Wesley Chapel. So I went back and I loved it. I studied there for 3 years total. I learned many different skills, like for example, to improve my English even more. I decided to capture my journey. I also became the president of the club Phi Theta Kappa. I also joined other clubs like Psi Beta, the psychology club. I love those experiences. In December 2016, I graduated, which was an awesome experience. I got to do a speech. It was actually kind of sad because on the day of my graduation, I found out that my transfer to another college in the US wasn't going to happen. I had to go back to the Netherlands. The path actually also changed from the person that I met the very first year. We split up and both went very different directions. When I got back in January 2017, my focus was actually to save up money to go to college again in the US, but that turned out to be too expensive. So I just went to different schools, applied there to work as an intern, because in the Netherlands you can do that once you have your groependuis. I taught at the school that I'm currently still working at. For the very first time in my life, I had a full-time job, and this allowed me to save up a ton of money to pay back my grandmother and my uncle. There were definitely moments where I thought about the US and where I really missed the US. I was, I guess, daydreaming about it a bunch, but then something changed that mindset because I met this guy, this really awesome guy named Thomas. I ended up playing a game of tennis against him. He unfortunately won this game, but it was really fun. He and I had more dates and some more dates, and he actually taught me the Dutch sign language. So now my plan has changed because I have a teaching job at a school and I am in love, and I think I am going to stay in the Netherlands for quite some time. However, the US is still on my mind because this summer I will be going back with my boyfriend Thomas, which I'm so excited for. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope to see you later.
Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this video, please leave a thumbs up, leave a comment below, and we can chat a little bit. Maybe you can tell me all about your life experiences, or maybe you have a recommendation of Draw My Life, because I used to be obsessed with watching people's Draw My Life series. I loved it. Thank you so much for watching again. Bye bye.